The weight of an invisible backpack. Have you ever felt tired, even when you didn't do anything? Have you ever felt heavy, even though you're not carrying anything? Sometimes we all carry something the world cannot see. An invisible backpack filled with our fears, insecurities, doubts, and memories that hurt. But what happens when a 14-year-old girl discovers the secret behind her invisible backpack and learns how to make it lighter? This is Sofia's story, and maybe it will feel like yours too. The story. Sophia was the kind of girl who always walked with her head down, not because she lacked manners, but because she lacked confidence. In school, she kept to herself, slipping quietly between the crowd as if she didn't want the world to notice she existed. Teachers often described her as smart but silent. Her mother called her sensitive. Her classmates didn't call her anything because no one really talked to her. But what no one knew was that Sofia carried something heavy, something invisible, a backpack no one could see. But she felt every second of every day. The invisible backpack. Sophia first noticed it when she was 9. It wasn't a thing she saw, it was a feeling. Before a class presentation, she felt something pulling her shoulders down, making her stomach twist. A whisper inside her head said, "Don't try, you'll embarrass yourself." That was the first stone that fell into her invisible backpack, a stone named fear. Years passed, more stones dropped in. A classmate's comment, "Your voice is too shaky." A stone called doubt, a failed exam. "You're not good enough." A stone called shame, a comparison from a relative. "Look at your cousin. Why can't you be like her?" A stone called pressure. By the time Sophia turned 14, her invisible backpack was nearly full. Yet, she had no idea how to empty it. To everyone else, she looked completely normal, but she felt exhausted, heavy, slow, as if she was carrying the weight of a mountain on her back. The incident that changed everything. One day, her school announced an annual talent show. Everyone was buzzing with excitement. Sophia simply wanted to disappear. Her best subject was writing. She loved stories, poetry, words that made people feel something. But performing, speaking on stage? No, never. Her invisible backpack pulled her down harder than ever. During lunch break, her teacher, Ms. Meera, approached her gently. "Sophia, I read the poem you submitted last week. It was beautiful. You should present it on stage." Sophia froze. "No, I can't. I'm not confident." Miss Meera smiled softly. "Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build." But Sophia shook her head, her heart pounding. "I'm not like other kids. I can't do these things. I just can't." She left before her teacher could say anything else. As she walked away, the invisible backpack felt heavier than ever. The dream. That night, something strange happened. Sophia had a dream. She was standing in a huge field, alone. On her back was a massive grey backpack, but this time she could see it. It was twice her size, dragging her to the ground. "What is this?" she whispered. A soft voice behind her said, "The weight you carry, Sophia." She turned around. A woman stood there, glowing, calm, warm. Her presence felt familiar, like a memory from childhood. Who are you?" Sophia asked. The woman smiled. "I'm the version of you that you're meant to become, confident, strong, fearless." Sophia's eyes widened. "Then why am I like this? Why is this bag so heavy?" The woman touched the backpack. It trembled, and suddenly the items inside became visible, glowing with labels: fear, doubt, comparison, shame, overthinking, negative comments, failure memories. were thrown by others. Some you picked up yourself without realizing. Sofia fell to her knees. It's too heavy. I can't carry it anymore. You don't have to, the woman said. Confidence is not about carrying the burden. It's about learning to remove it. How? Sofia asked, tears in her eyes. The woman gently placed a feather in Sofia's palm. Replace your stones with feathers. On the feather was written, belief. When you believe in yourself, the woman continued, the stones lose their weight. Sofia woke up with a racing heart, but something inside her had shifted. The first feather, the next morning, Sofia did something she hadn't done before. She approached Miss Mira. I want to try. I want to present my poem. Her voice was soft, unsure, trembling. But Miss Mira smiled like she had been waiting for this moment. That is the bravest thing you've ever said. That day, Sofia wrote her poem with a new feeling. Not confidence, but courage. Confidence is what comes later. Courage is what starts the journey. As she wrote, she felt the first stone lift from her invisible backpack. The battle before the stage. The night before the talent show, Sofia's anxiety returned. What if people laugh? What if I forget my lines? What if I freeze? What if? The backpack grew heavier again. She sat on her bed trembling. But then she remembered the dream. Replace the stones with feathers. She whispered to herself, I can do this. I can try. It wasn't a powerful speech. It wasn't magical. It was small, shaky, but real. And just like that, another stone fell out. The stage. When her name was called, Sofia's heart almost stopped. She stepped on the stage. Bright lights, 100 eyes, a microphone waiting. Her legs shook, her palms sweated. But she opened her notebook and she began to read. Her voice trembled at first, then it steadied, then it grew stronger, because every word she spoke removed the stone from her invisible backpack. The audience listened quietly, not because the poem was perfect, but because the girl standing there was fighting a silent, powerful battle. By the time she finished, she felt lighter than she had felt in years. The auditorium erupted in applause. For the first time in a long time, Sofia smiled. Not a small smile, a real one. Because today, she won against her invisible backpack. After the show backstage, Miss Mira hugged her. I'm proud of you, Sofia. You didn't just perform a poem. You defeated your fear. Sofia didn't become a new person in one day. She still had doubts. She still had fears. But now, she knew something powerful. She could remove the stones. She could replace them with feathers. Every day. The transformation, weeks passed. Sofia didn't change overnight. But every day, she added feathers. A feather of effort, a feather of self-acceptance, a feather of kindness toward herself, a feather of trying new things, a feather of facing small fears. And one day she realized her invisible backpack was no longer heavy. It wasn't empty, but it was filled with feathers instead of stones. Light, peaceful, beautiful. And she walked straighter, smiled more, and believed, truly believed in herself. Moral of the story. Everyone carries an invisible backpack. Some carry fear, some carry pain, some carry doubt. But the bravest people are not those who carry the lightest bags. They are the ones who learn to remove the stones and replace them with feathers. Confidence is not born. Confidence is built, one small feather at a time. Thank you for listening to Sofia's journey. If you ever feel heavy, tired, or unsure of yourself, remember, maybe it's not you. Maybe it's your invisible backpack. Start taking out the stones. Start adding feathers. And one day, you'll walk with your head high, just like Sophia. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that heal, inspire, and motivate. See you in the next video.